Have you ever wanted to try out for a show here at the high school but never knew the fundamentals of theater? Well, now I'm going to teach you. I'm going to start with projection, stage directions, and stage presence. And I'm going to teach you how to face out, cross, counter cross, and then a conversational triangle. So I'll need some volunteers later. So for fundamentals, projection is just to be able to project your voice without sounding like you're screaming at the top of your lungs. I do this naturally, but it takes some time to not be so quiet. And the best way to do it is just to practice like lines and stuff and to keep doing it. Next we're going to do stage directions. This is the stage, right here. This is the apron, so it's right in front of the main curtain, which at our school is a red curtain. And then you got your center stage, stage left, and then stage right. When you're on stage, that's the stage directions. So like my left is stage left, and then my right is stage right. So it's going to be flip-flop for you guys. And then downstage is when you walk towards the audience, and then upstage is when you walk away from the audience. So back to the back of the stage. And then you have your stage center, which is the very center of the stage. Let's see. So I've been in theater for 5.5 years. I've done 12 live performances that include 10 shows, 1 short film, and then a stand-up comedy act that I did last spring. So that's what these are. Next, I'm going to teach you about stage presence. Stage presence is so when you're on your stage, people notice you. So you just walk with a purpose. You make sure you look like you know what you're doing, even if you don't. You just have to look that way. All right, so now on to the more physical movements. A most important thing about theater is making sure you face towards the audience. Never turn your back to the audience, because then they can't hear you and they can't see what you're doing. And the best way to do that is to face with your upstage foot at an angle, and then your downstage foot towards the audience. No matter which way you're facing, then you're always facing out in some way, shape, or form. Who wants to be my volunteer for crossing? Mallory, go ahead and get up here.
Rig.
So for this, you're just going to stand in one place, and I'm just going to cross. Just cross you. So if you're saying, the only time you cross is when you're saying a line or they're saying a line. So if I'm saying a line, I'll cross in front of her to this side. And then if I'm over here and then she's saying a line, you can just step forward a little bit. Nope, just step forward. My bad. I wasn't very clear. And if she's saying a line, while she's saying it, I can cross behind her. But I don't cross in front of people if it's not my line. All right, does someone else want to go out for counter crossing? All right, go ahead. So counter crossing is similar. So you're just going to do exactly what I did. You're going to walk in front of me.
Okay.
If that makes any sense. Yeah. So counter crossing is when you're having a conversation and you face towards the audience. And I'm going to walk over here because you're going to be so close to me and we want to keep this distance on stage. So that's just counter crossing. And you could do it the opposite way too. I could go behind him and he goes like that. It's just called counter crossing. It's a very simple process. All right, you're good now. Now I need 2 people for a conversational triangle. All right, go ahead. Okay, so I need one of you here and then one of you here. I need you to be facing each other. So conversational triangle, if I'm over here and I enter the scene, I don't want to stand right here because it's going to be a weird conversation. So you create a conversational triangle. And make sure you guys are kind of facing out towards the audience too. And this is a conversational triangle. And so we can all have a conversation and look at each other, and it's not too awkward for any of us. All right, thank you. All right, and then that's how you can try out for the show. That's the fundamentals of theater. And if you ever have an idea of auditioning, we do have the musical coming up. The auditions are in January. We don't know what it is yet, but if you want to come and try out, I'll be happy to see you guys. All right, thank you.